I told you about everything that happened. Please, I'm coming home. The place is still there. The bed is still empty. There's an echo in the house because you're not here. I apologize regardless of the situation. As you said he came, if he told you he caught me in the act, that's exactly it. This is an opportunity for me to leave the house since I don't love him. So I left home. Wait, you don't love him, but you stayed with him for 4 years. It happens often. But why did you accept these advances then? So if the pregnancy wasn't his, the child and whose? His child that I was with. And then he came to us, it's his child. Do you have remorse when you speak there? I definitely don't like it. I don't like this relationship, like that. How long have you been with your lover now? Could it be 2 years, 2 years? If I understand correctly, is this the one you're living with now? Yes, I know, this is the one you're with now. Yes, it's with him. Where you left, when you're happy, you think you're going to live a life. Until you get older, where you left, what you're saying is a pretext, as you're in the logic of the pretext, it's a pretext. When you say I wanted, you didn't want to prove anything, he surprised you. If because of shame, you left and because of shame, you're forced to stay with the one you're with, that's all. Otherwise, how can you take a boy to send to your house? Because your husband didn't tell you I'm coming today, so you didn't expect him to arrive to surprise you. He surprised you, and since he didn't say anything, you kept quiet, you left because you felt remorse, you were ashamed. You had all that. He didn't say anything to you. You went to take refuge, now you have to continue. If he is the father of the child, then you have to send him his child. He is not the father of the child. He is not the father of the child. Yeah, marry it. You mustn't gamble with your life. You mustn't gamble with your life. God gave you a man who doesn't create problems for you. Who is good with you where you were going to put yourself. There it's not your place. Where you were going to put yourself. There it's not your place. Your story of I don't like him there it's not normal age. It's not good. You have to go back to your husband. What's happening today is really dangerous. There are young women who enter into marriage, not necessarily because they love the person who wants to marry them, but simply because they want to be free from want. So if she sees that he has a little means, well, when he comes there, she looks at that, she says to him, there he can take care of me, I can eat next to him, and then she goes to this home. But when she is in the home and she finds someone else who has a little more means than where she is, she continues. So we can't talk about love. But the church is suffering from it. I would really like, first of all, for God's servants to be trained. Those who are to get married, to give them training, to stabilize them. People who are new converts who know nothing about marriage, the law of marriage, as God conceived it. When they come into the church and get married, we say, there is marriage in the church. But the person who gets married there, we don't have their level of spirituality, their level of conversion. That's why marrying a little sits there to say that I love her more. It's not an argument in the courts to divorce because they haven't known love, but the love of God manifested in Jesus. Christ is renewed every morning. You can spend 50 years, 60 years, 70 years with your wife. You still love each other like the first day, but when you haven't known Christ. Do you think you can turn from boys into boys, or you can turn from women into women? What's narab about that? What's the misfortune? What's the honor in that? You, woman, you're married, you're in your husband's house, and then someone else comes to sleep with you in your husband's house, and you say that's a pretext you're looking for. One day you'll come and find someone else in your house too. Like that another woman in your house, because that's how he is, he's me. I want to invite all the brothers and sisters who enter into marriage. Marriage is not a game. Marriage is not about trying and seeing, and I want to say here that harshness is not a good thing. So if you have had your husband, you must not cheat on your husband. If you have had your wife, you must not cheat on your wife. You must remain faithful. It is the only way to know happiness, so God bless you. Thank you, Pastor Chumo. Thank you very much. Thank you for giving the floor to Mr. Labutor. We are almost at the end. You listened to Pastor Chumo's advice. Do you have anything to say indeed? Thank the past for the 100 wise pieces of advice it has just given us. We need to be guided. We need to follow those who came before us to be able to flourish in the future. This is the situation I am going through today, if and only if we had been guided and followed by the Lady of God. I admit to you that this situation was not going to happen, but hey, it happened. He still cares about my wife. He would make the effort, and whatever happens, he would make the effort that she came home with our son. Because I thank you so much for your advice. Mrs. Marriott, it's your turn to speak. I hope that in the meantime, after listening to the pastor's advice, you changed your mind. There's nothing else to say. Don't you want to go home? No, okay, fine.